Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sure you've already seen the title of the video, so let's get right into it. If you watched a video I posted not so long ago when I was just catching up with you guys and giving you guys a little life update, you know that I finished school end of last year. I graduated in June, so in between that period I joined a company where I was doing an internship. That was the beginning of my corporate journey, corporate life. So the internship is now done. I'm giving you guys a little life update. The internship is now done, on to the next steps. But of course I learned so much, a couple of things here and there from that internship that I feel like would help someone out there, someone who is trying to navigate this new phase of their lives, because corporate can be the whole experience can bring about so much anxiety. So here are a couple of things that I learned from mine that I'm sharing with you guys. P.S. I am no corporate expert. Please keep that in the back of your mind as you're watching this video. These are just tips from one beginner to another, just that I've had some experience, I've had a head start, and so I'm sharing some of the tips from my point of view to someone else who's probably maybe looking to join an organization or looking to do an internship on their own. So these are just tips, my observations, so keep that in mind. That being said, I'm going to segment this video into two sections. The first one being the work aspect of the internship. This is concerning like what actually took you there, what the whole learning process, what are you learning. And the second one being the people aspect, because definitely you're going to be interacting with so many people and this plays a huge role with the success of your internship. I'm going to begin with the first segment, which is the work aspect. Most company internships offer 3 months long internships, at least for my country. I did mine for 6 months. Initially it was supposed to be 3 months, but then they extended another 3 months at the end of the first 3 months, so I ended up doing mine for 6 months. So I'm going to be focusing on 3 months, the first 3 months, just giving a blueprint of what to do, what to expect, because this is what most companies offer. So I'm just going to break down the 3 months very simply, the most basic way, just giving a blueprint from my experience and from my POV. So we'll begin with the first month. The first month you've just joined, you're new, there isn't much expectation from your side. However, you don't want to appear like you have no motivation, you have no zeal, you're just slacking. You don't want that, because then again you have to remember, most places, like most people are busy. So if you don't show the curiosity, you're not asking questions, you're not trying to get yourself involved in spaces and conversations, people can very easily forget about you, because then again they don't know you. So the first month is where you're supposed to be meeting new people, trying to get to know people, you know, your team members, trying to get to learn their names, their position, who does what, you know, familiarize yourself with the organization, the corporate structures. It's also very important to acknowledge that different corporate settings have different corporate structures. How things are done in one organization is not how things are done in another. Also, the corporate cultures are very different. Some organizations are very, you know, just laid back, simple, things are easygoing. Others are full of a lot of pressure and a lot of things going on every other second. So this is something that you need to keep in mind all the time. So the first month basically is just observing. You don't want to be doing too much at the same time, because then again you don't know much. So you're really just observing, familiarizing yourself with everything. This is the time where you learn how people do things, you catch up on routines. For example, there could be tasks that are done every Monday. See, now in the first 1 month is where you make such observations. What is done every Monday? On every Friday there's a meeting. You take note of such things. Try to be laid back and observant of your team members' characters. Interact with these people, especially your immediate team members. This is the time where you want to just like, because these are the people who will who have the most impact on the success or the failure of your internship. So right from the word go, you want to just try and, you know, be in their radar and them in yours. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions regarding anything. Just be very curious. This is the time when you're allowed to be very curious because you are new. So this is the time when you're taking in really a lot of things. Take note of daily tasks, you know, reporting formats for the company, because like I said, different companies have different ways of how they do things. So just take note of these simple things. Also, it might seem really small, but please try your best not to forget people's names and what they do, because at the same time, people like to be made to feel important. That's just how things are. So once someone tells you, like I, for example, would jot down like people's names and what they do, just so that I'm not forgetting every time, especially like your immediate team members, so that I would be able to remember, oh, today I had this interaction with so and so, this is what they told me, this is what, you know, I found out about them, and such things. It really comes a long way. So that's it for the first month. Let's move on to month 2. You're a little more familiar with the environment, so don't be afraid to take on simple tasks. Don't be afraid to just, you know, fully take on simple tasks here and there. Ask, oh, I saw that you do this, or there's this daily task that is usually done on every Wednesday. Would you mind leaving it to me for the time that I'm here? Don't be afraid to do this. Just make your mistakes. If you're not sure about something, please make sure you ask, because then again, you don't want to act like I know it all and end up ruining everything. So don't be afraid to ask. Be very, very, very inquisitive. In the second month, people have seen you around. They're more familiar with you. They know you exist. They know about you. So don't be afraid to, you know, push those interactions. You never know what you might get from them. Don't be afraid to walk into meetings, of course, with permission. Ask to sit in on meetings, just either for visibility, or you don't know what you could pick from there. You could pick a task that you could do, or something something new that you could, you know, learn, that could add to your learning experience for the internship. You're more familiar with the ups and downs of the office. You should be able to have a solid grasp of your responsibilities. Having a solid grasp of your responsibilities, like the tiny tasks that probably your supervisor has handed to you, will be able to give you more confidence to ask for more things. See, like for me, in my second month, I was able to chair my first meeting. It was scary, but it was a first step, because now from there I didn't have a problem preparing notes for meetings and, you know, chairing those meetings as well. So this is what I mean by saying don't be afraid to take on simple tasks for yourself. It really, really helps with visibility, and it helps with building trust, because the more you do, the more people will give you. You understand? So yeah. Don't be afraid to keep track of your achievements either. This also helps a lot with visibility. Don't be afraid of involving your supervisor or your boss in these conversations. For example, they could have assigned you a task. At the end of the task, talk about what you found challenging about the task. Talk about what you enjoyed about the task. It also helps them to gauge, you know, for example, if you mentioned that you really enjoyed doing something, they would give you more of that. And also it helps you, you know, just take note of what parts you would like to take as remember, you're just beginning your career. So at this point, you're also trying to figure out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, where you would like to land, where you wouldn't like to land. So when you're having this conversation, it sparks conversations on, you know, growth and other opportunities. They'll be able to give you more tasks or more opportunities aligned with your interests, with what you'd like. So really, don't be afraid to have these conversations. I also mentioned don't be scared to keep track of your achievements because of visibility. By visibility, I mean it's important to let your supervisor or your boss see you And by see you, I mean see you through your work. So for example, at the end of the second month, I had a meeting with my boss. I sat down with him. I just like made a list of things that I had done over the 2 months, and like how I approached the conversation was, see, I've done this and this, I was involved in this and this and this. What do you think? What do you think I can improve on? Or I really liked this specific thing. Are there similar responsibilities that I can take on, like regarding this, And lucky for me, my bosses, my supervisors, they were very, very friendly. They were very, very open, very, very welcoming, and they really, really supported me. So when I talk about visibility, that is what I mean. Trust me, you'd never know what could come out of having such simple conversations with your seniors. So don't be afraid to do it. Take note of your achievements. If you chaired a meeting, write that down somewhere. If you did a report on your own, write it down somewhere. You could discuss the challenges, or you could discuss maybe more tasks relating to that specific task that you would like to be given to handle. This is how opportunities open up for you. So really don't be afraid to do that. At the beginning of month 2, it's also important to try and learn the criteria by which your performance will be measured. It's very important to have your KPIs like in mind, whether they're there. Just have this conversation with your supervisors. Also by having this constant conversations with your seniors, it also helps for them to actually realize, oh, she's actually really into this. She's actually really looking to learn. And by that, they're able to, just involve you in more things. You'd find that perhaps they're going for a meeting or a site visit somewhere, and they'll be very happy to say, hey, Beryl, I'm going to do this and this, why don't you come with? As opposed to you're just quiet, seated at your desk because you are introverted. I promise you it's not going to work. You'll have to literally step out of your comfort zone if anything is to come out of your internship. And like I said, people are a really major factor in determining whether your internship is going to be a success or a fail. Yeah, so basically this is month 2. Let's move on to month 3. Now we're in month 3. Month 3, you are expected to know the who and the how and the what of the office. There's of course much more expectation of you, less following around. Now you're really a bit quite on your feet. So then again, like in month 2, ask for more responsibility, because remember, this is towards the end of your time there. You want to make the best out of it. So again, visibility, ask for more responsibilities. Interact with others as much as possible. You want to leave this place having made networks that could possibly help you in the future, because really you never know. Everyone you meet, try and learn something from them. People are different, people do different things, people have different things they offer. So really interact with people as much as possible. Month 3 is also when you might feel a bit comfortable extending a helping hand. However, don't forget to focus on your role. I didn't want to bring this up in month 1 and 2 because you're still quite a bit getting on your feet. But month 3, focus on your role, but don't be afraid to extend a helping hand with other things around. Main focus is what is your role in the organization, which you should have established in month 1. What is your role there? What are you there to do? What is your purpose of being there, right? In month 3, definitely don't lose focus of this, but you can also extend a helping hand, whether it is by maybe staying behind for an extra hour to help with a project or a complex project that maybe they couldn't leave to you, but you just want to have your hands in on that. You never know. So month 3, definitely go for it. Most companies usually after every 90 days, every quarterly, is it? Yeah, every quarterly, they usually have appraisals Are they called appraisals? Performance reviews. Yes, most companies after every 90 days they usually have performance reviews for their company, for their employees, sorry. So if the organization that you're working at has this, well and good. Be prepared with a PowerPoint. List all those key performance indicators that you had discussed with your supervisors, what you did relating to them, what they achieved. You know, this is the time you want to look very organized. You want to look like you know what you're doing. So like for me, what I did a whole PowerPoint presentation. I sat down with my boss and we went through it. What did you achieve? We literally just went through it like all over. It's just that this time there's a PowerPoint and there was feedback and there was a lot of things that I learned. It was through that performance review that I was able to find out about a certain short course, which I did end up doing as a result of that conversation that I had with my boss. So, like I said, visibility is very, 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 very important. This is how job opportunities could find you. So really don't be afraid. This is just a blueprint that I've given for month 1 to month 3 under the work related aspect. So now I'd like to move to the people aspect, which is the second segment of this video. Here I'm going to talk about all things people, interacting with people in the organization. Again, from what I've learned, from what I've observed. Number 1, positive attitude. As you're going into this organization, please keep in mind, like I mentioned earlier, that this is a place full of different people, which means different personalities, and you will have to learn how to navigate these different personalities. Working with different people, you could find different temperaments. You have to, just be ready, like mentally, emotionally. How are you going to deal with these people? This is why you take the first month to try and learn people so that you know how to approach them. How you would approach person A is not how you would approach person B. Nonetheless, regardless of all of this, always just keep a positive attitude. It's very important to keep a positive attitude every day. Go into work having a positive attitude. You literally do not have the time to be complaining and having a negative attitude, because whoever you're complaining about, you found them there, you probably will leave them there. But 2, meet as many people as you can. You have to learn the art of small talk. If you don't know how to have small talk, please Google it or look it up on YouTube. I don't know, but in corporate small talk, you will have to do it. I used to be the kind of person who used to say I really hate small talk because I really did not like small talk. But I mean, think about it like this. This is an organization where people come together to work. You're going to meet and interact. What are you going to talk about? Are you going to start telling them what you tell your therapist? No. This is why you need to learn the art of small talk. Just learn how you can interact with people. Keep it friendly, keep it cute, but basic. You're not doing too much, you're not saying too much, but still just enough for people to have an idea of who you are and for you to have an idea of who they are. You never know the power of a hi. A hi can be very powerful. Even as you're walking across, don't be afraid to peep into your boss's office or your supervisor's office. Say hello. Or if you're sent on an assignment to another office, wave, just say hello, hi, how are you doing? You really, it could spark up a conversation that could be that could lead to something very, very interesting, or something that could make your time there much more interesting. So please learn the art of small talk. You will have to learn the art of small talk. You have no choice. You will have to partake in small talk. This is the only way that will allow you to meet so many people. Definitely start with your team members as you go up. And as you go up, I mean your seniors. Just because you're an intern, definitely I understand in some organizations, some people will tend to want to make you feel small, but that's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, saying hello to someone, what's the worst that they can do? Not say hello back. That's fine. We go about our day. So start with your team members. As you go up, say hello to your bosses, say hello to higher management. Just they're also aware of you. They're like, oh, okay, there's someone around. Number 3, people enjoy working with people they like. People really enjoy working with people they like. Your likability could go a long way. I saw a recent video of someone talking about how in corporate, sometimes it doesn't even matter how good you are at your job. What's more important is how easy is it for you to work with other people. I don't know how true that is. I'm just telling you what the video said, but the fact is people really do enjoy working with people they like. So this means you have to be friendly. Try to be as friendly as possible. Trust me, I understand. There's just those days when you just don't talk to people. You just don't want to talk to anyone. And this is not even for introverts only. Whoever, there's some days you just don't want to talk to people or whatever it is. Unfortunately, there isn't much room for that. You just have to put on a face and try as much as possible and be friendly. There's a thin line between being friendly and going overboard. Here's the thing. You can be friendly, which will allow you to be likable. That's fine. But you should not trade that in for respect. Be friendly within reasonable limits. Don't be inappropriate. Do not be inappropriate, or in the name of being friendly, participate in inappropriate jokes with people. Don't. If someone throws something like that at you, just feel free to walk away. I mean, at the end of the day, what's the worst that could happen? It's the easiest way to make them read you don't want to be a part of that conversation. Number 4, don't be afraid to communicate your boundaries. People will try to take advantage of you. Remember, you're an intern, fresh out of uni, or maybe even still in uni. People will try to take advantage of you because they simply just think you're a kid, and given that you have no experience, you are very easy to manipulate and to get to do things, and you're a pushover, or they can, just put you in very uncomfortable situations because they know there's nothing you can do about it. But there is something you can do about it. Don't be afraid to communicate your boundaries. Definitely, you don't have to be very, very mean with it. But in a case where, for example, if someone addresses you in a manner that you don't like, you can just, why would you address me in that manner? It's very weird. Or, no, my name is Beryl. I prefer being addressed as Beryl. Such things. Just don't take it in to be very comfortable with communicating your boundaries. I get it. It can be very uncomfortable. It's easier said than done. But once you're there, seated in a pile of work that you don't even know how to do, and probably in very uncomfortable situations, or building resentment simply because you're continuing to tolerate something that you don't like, which could easily be avoided by a simple statement, then it will have to push you to actually communicate these boundaries. Number 5, if your organization is the kind that has, a lot of team buildings and drink ups and lunches and dinners, corporate parties are not the club where you decide to go and wild out with your friends. I will say it again. Corporate parties are not the club where you go to wild out with your friends. Why? Because these are people that you work with. Think about it like this. Beyond work, do you call these people to check on them? Do they call you to check on you? Literally, your interaction is from the time you report to work and the time you leave work. So please do not be fooled that these are people you can trust. They know you. Because trust me, I know corporate has a way of making you feel like putting this idea in your head that you're one big happy family. Baby, your family is at home. Don't do it. Keep it very minimal. Like I say, keep it cute. Also keep in mind that you're not employed there, you're just an intern. Definitely, I am 100% advocate of go get to know people outside of the office setting. It is very important. It is part of the networking thing. Just don't do too much. Trust me, no one has to tell you, or no one will tell you to your face, but you will feel so shitty about it. You're going to check yourself. So just don't do it. Don't do it. These people, they're not your friends. They're not your family. Your friends and your family are at home. Do the very least, the very absolute least. In fact, your main purpose for going to such events is to observe and listen, not to talk and do the most. Agreed? Thank you. Number 6, it really helps if you identify someone you can attach yourself to. For example, in my case, I was very lucky to have very good supervisors. So one of them, I really became close with her, and I basically did attach myself to her in that whatever tasks she had, I would ask her to delegate some of them to me. So this was my way of asking, for more responsibilities. So there was that bond of trust built where she knew like I could do things. Other than that, when I tell you, this woman, I'll be grateful for her for the rest of my life. She would fight for me in the sense that nobody could mess with me, nobody could take advantage of me. She literally took me under her wing, and for that I'm very grateful. She was there with me. She would like, for example, if someone wanted to come and give me some or ask for assistance on top of what I already was supposed to do, she would see to it. She would be the one at the forefront saying, well, she's busy, she cannot take on this right now. But then again, she was also teaching me how to communicate these things myself. She always used to tell me that she will not be there forever. And that is my message to you people. Remember when I said learn how to communicate your boundaries, because people will try to take advantage of you? She set the foundation for me, and then now from there I was able to do it myself. So it really helps if you find someone you can attach yourself to. And I understand that some people just have very horrible supervisors. Unfortunately, it doesn't have to be a supervisor that you're attached to. It really helps if you could just mingle, maybe find someone who you can attach yourself to. They could provide very useful insight on how to navigate certain situations in the office, or how to work around certain people in the office. So it really helped for me. It might be of use to you as well. Number 7, corporate gossip. Do I even need to talk about this? Please, for the love of God, do not even dare. First of all, what business, you 3-month-old baby, do you have engaging in corporate gossip? What do you know about this person who is the center of this gossip, who's worked there for 10 years? Just don't put yourself in some tricky situations. You can definitely avoid, because pretty sure you would find yourself in a situation where people are probably saying some not very nice things about someone. What do? Just walk away. Protect yourself from an event where this person finds out and it's like, oh, Beryl was also there, and then what? Or Beryl said, or she laughed, or she contributed. You just don't want to be a part of anything. Like I said, please don't fall into the trap that these people are your friends or your family. Your friends and family are at home. Invest in them. Go home and gossip with them, not with your focus for your internship is not this. Basically, that's just what I'm saying. So please don't lose focus. Like, you don't want to be the one getting caught up in drama. You don't want to be the one intern getting caught up in drama. So please just don't do it. It's not even necessary. You found them there, you're going to leave them there. Just stand up. Let's go. My 8th and final point. This one is for the girls. Have you ever heard this saying? I don't know, how does it go? Dogs and new meat. Oh my god, that sounded so bad. Anyway, this one is for my young girls. Picture this. You're a young, gorgeous, fit, beautiful, amazing personality. You're just a young, precious young girl, fresh out of school. You walk into an organization, everyone wants to know about you, everyone wants to be in your radar. You get where I'm going with this? Yeah, because it does happen. we're being honest, it does happen. Just prepare yourself for how you are not going to land in any kind of tricky, messy situation. Because one thing's for sure, 90% of the reason why people will follow you or try to have an out of work inappropriate interaction or relationship with you is because they think you're stupid, dumb, and easy to manipulate. Why? Because like I said, you're a beautiful young girl fresh out from school. It's very unfortunate that they think like this, because I'm very sure you're very smart, but now we're playing against the rules. You see, we're playing against, this is how people think. So then how are you going to shield yourself from that? Number one, please do not, like I said earlier, and now you can see how everything is intertwined. Don't entertain any inappropriate conversation. You don't want to get caught up in any messy, unnecessary drama. You're a smart girl, you went there to learn, and that is exactly what you're going to focus on. Don't engage in any funny interactions. Some people actually really do have, good intentions, maybe share a meme here and there, but I feel like you're smart enough to be able to know who is actually looking for a reasonable interaction and who is just looking to, take advantage of you, because you have no room for that. We don't do that here. And besides all of this, they know what they're doing. Trust me, they know what they're doing. Nobody said anything by mistake. They said what they said because they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Just keep that in mind. So don't fall victim of anything foolish, please. All in all, like I said, the goal is to remain focused. The goal is to learn. The goal is to make meaningful networks that could be of potential use to you in the future. So definitely make the most out of your time there. Some people are usually lucky enough to have their internships grow into full-time job opportunities, which is amazing. But then again, internships are there to, help you have an idea of what path do you like to take. And just like I said, just to equip you with the skills to be able to work with people and the challenges that come with working with people. So definitely just have an open mind, have a very positive attitude, and you're going to do just fine. I've come to the end of this video. I feel like I've talked so much. Hopefully this is of help to someone. Like I said, I really did learn a lot, and I hope this will help make someone's time at their internship easier. As you come to the end of the video, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like. Tell me if you liked the video, if you'd like to see more videos like this. I really do enjoy just having these chatty sessions with you guys. So definitely tell me if you did enjoy it. Don't be afraid to give me feedback. Let's interact. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.